Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your raw results from the week of December 16th, 2019. Birthdays from December 15th. Eric Young was born in 1979. Luke Harper on the 16th was born in 1979 as well. They're the same age. Free to delete episode from Matt Hardy. Episode number 5 can be found on this link. Memphis Wrestling News issued a statement on Facebook announcing that former WWE and WCW star Moondog Rex, real name of Randy Colley, has died. He was 69 years old. Report says that Rex passed away due to failing health following a recent surgery, where the once Demolition member, the original Smash member, had his right leg removed. I give my condolences to Rex's family, friends, and loved ones. Former WWE and WCW star Randy Colley passed away at the age of 69. Colley is best known, I just said, he was later replaced by Barry Darsow, who played Smash. While in WCW, he was part of the stable known as the Desperados, which consisted of Dutch Mantel and Black Bart. During Colley's career, he was a WWE Tag Team Champion, the Mid-South North American Heavyweight Champion, a 2-time NWA Georgia Tag Team Champion, and a 3-time USWA World Tag Team Champion. Memphis Wrestling posted about his passing on Monday. I think it was, yeah, Monday, as I'm doing my video late on Thursday. Randy Colley, Moondog Rex, as well as the original Demolition Smash, has passed away. Thank you for the matches and the memories, sir. Rest in peace, Randy. Gregory Holmes, a.k.a. Hurricane, talked about his rough Friday, the 13th, on Twitter. I started my day yesterday getting an endoscopy and then ended my day in the ER due to kidney stones out of nowhere. Friday the 13th, right? Fans wishing the best, and he commented later on, "Thank you all for the kind messages today." In the comments, WWE Raw announcer Jerry the King Lawler wrote, "What's up with that? You better get your butt up. You got to be at Raw Monday." Back in January, Helms returned to WWE in the producer role. Helms then confirmed that he wouldn't be at this week's show. "I'm on the bench this week, buddy. You're going to have to hold down the fort." Former WWE and ECW star Tracy Smothers posted on Facebook that on November 14th, he was diagnosed with lymphoma cancer. Smothers explained in his post that he is on his 3rd treatment of chemotherapy. He also wrote about the doctor told him he had a heart attack a while ago without even realizing it. He wrote, "To all concerned, I was diagnosed November 14th with lymphoma cancer, which now I am on my 3rd treatment, 3 to go, which is shrinking the rapid growing tumors. Doc told me years ago I have a blockage in my artery, so here we are, and I have lost 45% of my heart use. Also," he said, "I have lots of head body trauma. Doc said I had a heart attack sometime back, and I didn't know it. I have felt bad for a while now, but thought I was getting old. LOL. This is not fatal, as it's between my pancreas, colon, and neck. A big thank you to all of you, but I look at it as getting a tune-up, overhaul, tires rotated, oil change, etc. All in one. LOL. Remember, life is a battle, and I'm in it to win it. So don't hesitate in trying to be tough by putting off getting checked out. In this day and age, you never know. God bless everybody." Former WWE superstar and current analyst for WWE Backstage, CM Punk, took to Twitter, where the Chicago Savior joked about UFC star Cody Covington remixing a track with hip-hop icon Kanye West. Covington, who lost UFC 245 main event to Kamaru Usman by TKO, is an outspoken President Trump supporter who has expressed an interest in WWE in the past. When a fan asked Punk if he could imagine Covington in pro wrestling business. Punk stated that his gimmick is too decisive for modern WWE times, but that it does represent what the business used to be. WWE TLC pay-per-view saw Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson answer an open challenge set by Raw Tag Team Champions, the Viking Raiders. Eric and Ivar retained the titles in the match, which was sponsored by KFC. WWE had 4 fans sitting ringside for the match, eating KFC food and watching from a ringside table. The 2 men at the table were local indie wrestlers, James Tapia and Benjamin Boone. Noted on Friday night that Tapia also worked to a 5 Live episode, losing to WWE NXT superstar Joaquin Wilde in his Cruiserweight division debut. And here's a video from the OC versus Viking Raiders match with the KFC table coming into play. They don't give the girls in the names in the video. WWE star Primo Cologne spoke to Primera Hora to explain the details of his recent WWE suspension, where the former tag champion reveals that he never actually took a drug test. Cologne states that while in Puerto Rico, WWE contacted him about taking a test, and he agreed, but only if he didn't have to travel back to the States. I was not on the road. I was not scheduled for any event in the near future. I am in Puerto Rico when they called me suddenly, not to use me, but to travel for a doping test. I was ready to do it, but I told them that I was in Puerto Rico, and I was willing to go to a place that they chose to test me without any problem. I was not going to pay for a trip to just get tested for doping. After not hearing back, Cologne was then suspended. Then I didn't hear anything from the company about it, and I thought that they were going to call me when they found a place to do the test. Almost 2 months passed, and I get the letter that I am suspended, according to them, because I refused to take the test, and that is not correct. They took it as I was out of the country and unavailable, but I was available. I don't want them to say that I failed to take the test positive, because that is totally false and incorrect. They usually do their doping tests at events. Someone appears to collect the urine of fighters, employees, referees to do their evaluation once a month. I was in Puerto Rico. I have to clarify it because my reputation is worth more than any check. Cologne is contracted by WWE until 2020. So I guess he's suspended indefinitely. I have a contract with them until October 2020. They can call me and use me if they want. If they don't want to use me, they still have to pay me. They are using new talent, and so is the rest of the industry. The WWE Network has added 14 more episodes of the WWE Confidential series to the WWE Network. This comes after 30 episodes were released earlier this year. Samoa Joe injury update. Samoa Joe will be returning to WWE Raw storylines during next Monday's taped episode for Christmas week. As you will hear the spoilers at the end of my video here. Also noted, WWE taped next week's Raw from Monday night from the Wells Fargo Center in Des Moines, Iowa. You can hear it later on in my video. The main event saw WWE United States Champion Rey Mysterio retain the title over Seth Rollins by DQ due to interference from the Authors of Pain. AOP went to put Mysterio through an announce table, but Joe would not move, standing his ground to face off with a common wrestler. AOP ended up beating Joe down, and then Rollins hits a stomp on Mysterio to end the show. Joe has been working the Raw announce team for several weeks now, calling the show with Vic Joseph and WWE Hall of Famer Jerry King Lawler. While out of action with a thumb injury, Joe suffered the injury in early September and it's been reported that he was scheduled to be reevaluated by doctors at the December 30th Raw from the XL Center in Hartford, Connecticut. Well, that's 2 weeks away, which will be the final red brand of the show of the decade. Based on what went down at this week's Raw tapings for next Monday, it looks like Joe has already been looked at by doctors and has been medically cleared to compete. Joe revealed early last week that he was no longer wearing the cast on his thumb. If you watched last week's Raw, that is correct. On a related note, this was also not confirmed, but it looks like the Joe return angle on next week's Raw could lead to a 6-man match with Rollins and AOP versus Joe, Mysterio, and Kevin Owens. This has not been announced for any future events. It's been reported that Joe will step away from the Raw announce team when he's able to return, but there's no word yet on if he will still appear on as an analyst for WWE Backstage. So, with that being said, he could possibly, but they would have to work in Kevin Owens somehow for a six-man match. Thanks to Dan Baylor and Michael Lyons for showing you a link as a fan photo from the angle from that Raw, from the spoiler alert taped for next week, as it was scoop number 21 on Wrestling Inc. Also on Twitter, match ends in a DQ after AOP interfered. AOP go to put Ray through an announce table, but Samoa Joe doesn't move. AOP beat up with Joe and put him through an announce table. Seth curve stomps Ray, and that's Raw. That's Raw. The picture at that link. It was believed that WWE Women's Tag Team Champion Kairi Sane suffered a concussion during last on Sunday's TLC pay-per-view main event, which saw Sane and Asuka retain their titles over Charlotte Flair and Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch in a women's TLC match. You can see a few brutal spots from the match, which I did not get the link for that. In an update, Sane took to Twitter on the afternoon to tweet a thumbs up, indicating that she is all right. Furthermore, Brian Alvarez noted on Wrestling Observer Live that Sane has been telling people she's okay. No official word yet on if Sane suffered an injury at TLC, but you can really tell that Becky Lynch was even worried about her during the match, as when they were doing some moves, they slowly were in the action. I'll keep you updated if I find out any more than that. Sane received praise from Flair, Lynch, and Asuka on Twitter after the match. And Becky said at Kairi Sane WWE, "You truly are a warrior." And Miss Charlotte WWE at Kairi Sane WWE, "You are a badass woman." At WWE Asuka, "We are the champions. My partner at Kairi Sane WWE is tough." The NBA's Detroit Pistons will be holding an inaugural WWE night ahead of their game with the Milwaukee Bucks on February 20th from the Little Caesars Arena in Michigan. Details including a meet and greet information, a t-shirt giveaway, ticket package can be found. I guess go to your the arena website to find about it. It's advertised as a package deal, several different packages. Join the Detroit Pistons as they host the first annual WWE night at Little Caesars Arena. Get a chance to partake in an exclusive meet and greet with the WWE Superstar and receive a limited edition Pistons WWE t-shirt. Also including an exciting night of Detroit basketball when the Pistons take on the Bucks. Elite package is $85. Special meet and greet with a Superstar pregame. Lower level Pistons game ticket. Limited edition t-shirt. Discounted promotional code for following WWE live event at Little Caesars Arena. Limited availability. Standard package $48. Which you get a mezzanine level Pistons game ticket. Limited edition t-shirt. Discounted promotional code for following WWE live event at Little Caesars Arena. How it works. Select your seating location. Select the number of tickets. Complete your easy purchase process. Share your personal link with friends and family. Invite them to join you. Enjoy the game with your group. For additional seating, location, or questions, contact Rachel Mackey, 313-771-7632. I'll just do it right here. Or you can email rmackey, R-M-A-K-I, at pistons.com. All tickets are subject to availability and handled on a first-come, first-served basis. All prices are subject to change. Refunds or exchanges will not be issued. Please provide an accurate cell phone number and email address in order to access your tickets. All tickets purchased will be available on your Pistons account. You will receive an email once they are available. The latest episode of Feel the Power can be found on this link. Podcast from the SmackDown Tag Team Champions New Day is at the link. Kofi Kingston, Big E, and the injured Xavier Woods discuss their health, Woods' Achilles injury, and their WWE futures. Kofi revealed that he recently inked a new 5-year contract with WWE. Kofi also talked about how beat up he is these days. First promo of 2020, WWE Royal Rumble pay-per-view at this link. 33rd Royal Rumble event will take place January 26th from the Minute Maid Park in Houston, Texas. It's believed that the 30-woman Rumble match and the 30-man Rumble match will each feature 10 WWE NXT superstars, 10 Raw superstars, 10 SmackDown superstars, but that has not been confirmed. WWE Hall of Famer Mick Foley has been announced for Wednesday's episode of The Bump. Well, that was last night, as I'm doing this video on Thursday. The show tweeted the following poll for Foley's breakfast and included another promo code for Grubhub. Fans can use the code BUMP to get free delivery of orders of $10 or more. In an update, Dave Meltzer of F4W Online reports that Raw Executive Director Paul Heyman led the Red Brand side of things, including women's TLC main event. While Bruce Pritchard was in charge of the SmackDown matches, Vince and Triple H sat in on the production meeting by conference call, and the show was put together the way Vince wanted it, but they were not even in Minneapolis on Sunday. Aleister Black was apparently good to go after his win over Buddy Murphy at TLC pay-per-view. Looks like Black suffered a broken nose during the match with Murphy, but F4W Online reports that he is currently cleared to wrestle. No word yet on if Black is booked for Raw, but stay tuned for the results. But he is medically cleared to compete. Black has not commented on the match, but he did tweet a black and white photo. Murphy took to Twitter and said he picked a fight and received one. No tables, no ladders, no chairs needed. I picked a fight. The fight was given. Blood was split. Hashtag WWE TLC, Murphy wrote. Also after TLC, WWE issued a post-show poll asking fans about their favorite matches from the pay-per-view. Black versus Murphy were winning the poll by a landslide. As you hear in a few seconds, the poll is about to expire, and Black versus Murphy is still winning with 40%. 30% voted for WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Asuka and Kairi Sane, defeating Charlotte Flair and Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch in the Women's TLC main event, while 16% voted for the latter match with SmackDown Tag Team Champions New Day retaining over the Revival, and 14% went with King Corbin TLC match win over Roman Reigns. WWE's Women's Tag Team Champion Asuka appeared on the latest episode of Gochi Gang. The show is a new web series about Japanese food culture in New York City from First We Feast, which has created other popular shows like Hot Ones, The Burger Show, and Feast Mansion, which can be found in this link. The episode is all about Japanese eel, and Asuka talks about her love of sushi and how she first got into wrestling in Japan. She also discusses how she balances her diet as a professional athlete. It's like a fight against the desire for good food. Asuka said, I have matches for 4 days a week, so I keep it under control for those 4 days, and then I eat whatever I want for the other 3 days. Although I'm a pro wrestler, I actually need some fat as well. When I bump, it's difficult without enough fat. The fat is also important, so I don't feel too stiff. Not eating also adds to your stress. Not eating delicious food does add to your stress. You may not be able to perform as well. The Usos and Naomi will guest star on the upcoming season of Nick Cannon's Wild and Out. According to the Wrap, the date of the episode that will be appearing has not been announced yet. Usos and Naomi have not wrestled since this past July. Usos have been kept off TV following Jimmy Uso's most recent arrest for DUI, while Naomi tweeted in September that she's been taking time off due to health issues and losing someone close to her. It's not known when they will return to action. On December 27th, Cheez It is going to combine two American classics, cheese and football, to create the Cheez It Bowl. They named NXT analyst and former NFL player Pat McAfee as the game's master of cheese and are giving fans a chance to sit with him in a literal Cheez It box at the game. The game will feature a Cheez It infused concession menu with grub like Cheez It chocolate bark, Cheez It walking tacos, Cheez It Coney Island dogs, and more, and a variety of game time elements. To enter, you have to post how much you love Cheez It with a photo or a video and tag at Cheez It with hashtag cheese pick me pat hashtag cheese pick me pat entry. That's cheese, CHEEZ. And you can check out more details on the contest from McAfee himself in the video at this link. I'll post it here. Any comments? Join me in a two-story front row at hashtag Cheez It box at the Cheez It Bowl. Post how much you love Cheez It with a pic or video. Must tag at Cheez It and use hashtag cheese pick me pat entry. No purchase necessary. 18 plus. Void where prohibited. Hashtag ad. Here's your latest NXT injury report video with Matt Camp featuring updates on NXT superstars from this week's episode. Following injuries were announced from coming out of this week's NXT episode on the USA Network, which are usually part of the storylines for the most part. Dakota Kai needed 8 staples to close the head wound that she suffered from big staple bump by Mia Yim from last week. WWE doctors recommended rest, but as seen in the tweet below, Kai said that she will be working the weekend NXT live events. Fandango may have suffered a dislocated elbow as Breezango defeated the Singh brothers in tag team action. He was sent to the emergency room for imaging, but there's no further updates. He just came back from an injury. NXT superstar Travis Banks made his debut with a win over Jackson Riker. In the Worlds Collide preview, Banks suffered an eyebrow laceration, and his status is day-to-day depending on his symptoms. Former WWE, WCW, and TNA star Shannon Moore took to Twitter and commented on making the decision to live clean and sober. Lately, 2 years ago, I made a decision that would change the course of my life. Moore wrote, I made a decision to live a clean and sober, spiritually driven life. I chose to take on a responsibility to show others that are struggling with alcoholism and drug addiction that through my experience, strength and hope that we can live a life of purpose. Today, God has given me the greatest life I have ever imagined, with the greatest people on the planet surrounding me and pushing me not only to be the best man I can be, but also pull others up with me. God has blessed me, and I'm grateful for all you that show me love. Moore last appeared for WWE in August 2008, but recently worked at the WWE Performance Center in Orlando as a guest coach. He has been active on the Indies and overseas since leaving WWE. The Abraham Washington character in WWE was short-lived thanks to an untimely firing following an on-air rape joke. Washington talked about where he wanted to take his character, had it kept going when he spoke to Wrestling Inc. at this link on the weekly podcast. In my mind, I've always wanted to wrestle, but in this industry, if you're given an opportunity, then you go with the opportunity. I was hoping that the position would lead to something in the ring. On the house shows, we were doing things, but I never got into the ring and worked a match. Washington said, at FCW, all we did was train in the ring, so I felt a little incomplete. I didn't mind being a manager, but when I'm watching the guys in the ring, I want to wrestle too. But you take what you're given and try to make the best out of a situation, and that's what I tried to do. Unfortunately, I got a little too creative and took liberties on the mic. It backfired, and I shot myself in the foot, and here we are today. Washington is among the many WWE superstars to host his own in-ring segment as the Abraham Washington Show was set up as a talk show. He talked about the pressure in doing that kind of segment and what Vince McMahon thought of his audition. The first episode was pretty rough. I think I had the Bella Twins on there. First of all, when I was in FCW, I was doing a presidential gimmick, and that's where the Abraham Washington name came from. I was told that I was going to be cutting a promo, but I had to cut a promo for Vince McMahon. Recalled Washington. Come to find out, it was not only for Vince, but for the entire room full of writers and producers. So I had to come up with something that would blow them away. Washington came up with a promo that he was proud of, and at the end, Vince stood up and gave him applause. So all the writers did too. A week later, he found out that he had his own talk show, and he was like, oh, holy crap. following behind those greats that have had talk shows, I wanted to do my best. The thing, in my opinion, that saved the show was Tony Atlas. Tony was great. Nothing but positive things to say about Tony. I was fortunate to be blessed to be able to work with him. Just being there in general and doing what I love to do. Being around the environment was great. Washington said, before recalling Atlas' infamous hearty laugh. Abraham Washington had run its course, and it was time for something new. Reinvention is always good for someone's persona. Just like Constantine, the Roman emperor. He saw the sign of Christ in the sky, and he had a revelation. It set him on a new path, and that's what happened with me. I had a revelation in the sky, and now I'm on another path, stated Washington, who then asked if Constantine is a good guy or a bad guy. He's reverend, so he has to be a good guy. But like all reverends, or people in general, we've sinned, and we always seek to do better. Maybe he's a tweener and can go either way. But I am striving for the best. Washington also talked about where he wants to take Rev Jeremiah Constantine. Well, also a reverend is the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. Well, he also wrestles heel. Currently, I'm located in Fort Lauderdale and have been working out with Coastal Championship Wrestling. I've worked through a few personas, but I feel this one is the one I want to invent my energy into. Washington said before, noting he's preparing for a competition. After that, who knows? I would love the opportunity to get back on TV. AEW is doing great things. WWE, we shall see. I don't know. The door is open, at least on my end. I would love to get back out there and then get in the ring this time and show the world what I can do. You can follow Rev Jeremiah Constantine on Twitter at Jeremiah Consta 3. Tribute to the Troops. I told you when I find the episode, as it was taped on December the 5th, 2019. Kevin Owens and Humberto Carrillo defeated Drew McIntyre and Andrade. Bobby Lashley versus Rusev canceled following a promo from Lana regarding restraining order. Rusev attacks Lashley. The OC defeated Ricochet and the Viking Raiders. Kabuki Warriors defeated Natalia and Sarah Logan. Street Profits defeated Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. Boot Camp match, Seth Rollins defeated Eric Rowan. And at this link, I think you can see part of that match, as it came from Seth Rollins fans. I didn't get any dark match from the tapings from Raw, but here we go. Raw show. From the USA Network, they started with a video package of Seth Rollins and the Austin Fame for last week's show, cut to the normal Raw opening video. Live from the USA Network, apparently on a slight tape delay from the Wells Fargo Center in Des Moines, Iowa. Power goes off inside the arena as Vic Joseph welcomes us to Raw. Chimed in Samoa Joe and Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler. We go right to the ring. Out first comes Seth Rollins, and Mike Rome does the introductions. We get a look at the announcers discussing Rollins as he enters the ring. Rollins takes Mike and introduces the first two men who have chosen to live on the right side of history. Austin Payne, a common resident. Fans boo as the music hits, and out comes AOP to the ring. Rollins takes Mike and goes on about how he first came to Raw and was seen as the future by everyone. Fans, critics, people in the back, management, everyone. Then all of a sudden, mood changed as people started to question his leadership as he had done something wrong. Rollins says, being a leader isn't about being a cool and making the popular decisions. It's about making decisions for the sake of progress. That's not easy for everyone to understand, and Kevin Owens is a perfect example of that. He says what happened to Owens last week was tragic, but he did it to himself. Rollins says Owens resisted and became an example. Rollins goes on about how he's always truthful with the fans, and that will never change. He says this might be hard for some to accept, but he is a leader. Some fans boo, and some cheer bigger than that. He is a visionary and will be the man that leads this brand into the industry into the next decade and beyond. Rollins says whether we like it or not, we're coming with him, by hook or by crook. He will drag us kicking and screaming into 2020. He will impose his will. If you resist, AOP will enforce his will. Rollins says there's something else he needs to address with everyone tonight. It won't be a popular decision, but he has a score to settle, and he guarantees that one way or another, it will be settled by the end of the night. Fans won't like it. Rollins warns in advance. for what they have to do tonight. He's sorry. Rollins drops the mic. CM Punk style drops the mic and heads to the back with AOP. We go back to announcers, and Joe has a big praise for AOP. There will be more from Seth Rollins and AOP later. Still in heel faction so far from Samoa Joe. Viking Raiders versus the OC. We go to the ring for this non-title match, and out first comes the Raw Tag Team Champions, Viking Raiders, Eric and Ivar. We hit the ring, and we get a look at how they fought Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson after using an open challenge at WWC TLC on Sunday, which ended in a double countout. We go back to commercial. Back for the ring, out comes Gallows and Anderson to the stage. They yell at the crowd to shut up and listen. Fans boo them. Anderson says they will be first to admit the Vikings are the most unstoppable tag team to hit WWE in decades. But there's only one tag team that holds 1-2 victory over the Vikings, and that's the OC. They go on about last from TLC match and how the Vikings risked themselves with flying moves to make sure they didn't lose a second time to the OC. Gallows goes on and calls him ugly and says the OC is the best tag team in the world. And they will also bring up the World Cup trophy at ringside and hit the ring and we go to get the bell. Gallows starts off with Ivar as they go at it. They try to knock each other over. Gallows with a big kick and an uppercut to drop Ivar to one knee. Anderson gets tagged in, but Ivar rams him into the corner. Eric tags back in for a stiff double team, moves on Anderson. Eric stares at Gallows while keeping Anderson down with a big knee. Eric manhandles Anderson some more and tags in for Ivar for another double team. Eric slams Ivar on top of Anderson for a pop. Ivar clubs Anderson a few times around the ring. Eric tags back in for another double team. Eric beats Anderson some more and hits a long vertical suplex. Eric finally drops him in the middle of the ring for a 2 count. Eric keeps Anderson down by his arm. Anderson fights out, and in comes Gallows with a thumb to the eye. Eric and Ivar run the ropes now. Eric knocks Gallows out of the ring with a forearm. Eric runs the ropes for a suicide dive, but Gallows meets him at the ropes with a big forearm. Gallows brings Eric out and launches him into the barrier with a fallaway slam. Back to commercial. Back to the right, Anderson catches Eric with a big spine buster for a quick pin attempt in the middle of the ring. Gallows tags in for a double team. Gallows Gallows backs Eric into the corner and unloads with lefts and rights. Gallows charges and knocks Eric back down for another 2 count. Gallows drives elbows into Eric while he's down. Gallows grounds Eric down and works him over. Eric tries to resist, but Gallows beats him down and hits a belly to back suplex in the middle of the ring. Anderson tags back in and works Eric over. Talking trash, playing to the crowd for booze. Eric fights it out. Anderson with more elbows, more back and forth. Ivar tags in and unloads on Anderson. Ivar with a big splash, then a shot to Gallows to send him off the apron. Ivar avoids another move and levels Anderson with a clothesline. Ivar stands tall for a big pop from the crowd. Ivar goes on and hits a big shot in the corner for a 2 count as Gallows makes the save. Anderson dodges a shot from Ivar and hits him with a neck breaker. Gallows comes back in and hits another neck breaker on Ivar. Gallows covers for a 2 count. Ivar finally takes them both down. Eric is back up now. Vikings run the ropes and leaves out together. Taking their opponents down on the floor, Ivar and Eric stand tall and pose for the crowd to go back to commercial. Back from the break, Ivar fights Gallows out of the corner. Gallows drops him. Anderson tags in for a double team kick for a close 2 count. Ivar fights back, and in comes Eric. Gallows also comes in, but Eric unloads on him. Eric launches Gallows. Anderson charges, but Eric drops him, delivers big knee. Eric yells out. Ivar tags back in as they take Gallows down with a big double team. Eric launches his partners at Gallows while he's down in the corner. Gallows still kicks out too. Eric tags back in as Gallows avoids a double team. Anderson comes in and levels Eric. Eric catches Anderson as he charges. Ivar tags in as Eric eats a spine buster on Anderson. Ivar goes to the top, but Gallows approaches. Ivar sends him to the floor. Ivar wastes some time, but repositions for a big moonsault. Gallows pulls Anderson to safety, and Ivar lands hard. Anderson knocks Eric off the apron, and they hit Magic Killer on Ivar in the middle of the ring for a non-title win. After the match, Joe jumped the gun and announced OC as the new champions, but this was non-title. Gallows and Anderson head out as the music hits. We see the champions recovering as they air replays. Vic repeats how this was just The second loss for the Vikings. OC celebrates on the ramp as the Vikings look on from the ring, still wanting a fight. And now to show us post-Raw footage of Sarah Schreiber trying to find out what's in Eric Rowan's pet cage last week. He told her to mind her business, and we see Rowan walking backstage with the cage. Back to commercial. Back for the break, and AJ Styles is celebrating with Gallows and Anderson in the back. AJ says now he's going to beat Randy Orton and not just destroy him tonight, but in his career. AJ says he will see Gallows and Anderson in the winner's circle. He calls them the best tag team in the world. Eric Rowan versus Dante Leon. I didn't even hear a name announced. Another local wrestler, probably. We go to the ring. Out comes Eric Rowan with his mystery pet cage. The local enhancement talent waits in the ring, Dante Leon. The bell rings and Rowan laughs at Leon. Leon tries to run away, but Rowan meets him on the floor. Leon tries to run the other way, but Rowan isn't letting him by. Leon crawls under the ring, and Rowan goes after him. Leon comes out the other side of the ring and eyes the pet cage. Rowan stares him down and runs over. Leon runs away, but falls. He goes for the barrier, but Rowan stops him, and he lays him out at ringside. Rowan tosses Leon back in the ring and hits him with an Iron Claw Slam. Fan chant one more time now. Rowan delivers another Iron Claw Slam in the middle ring and puts a boot on him for the Superman pin. But after the match, Rowan stands tall as music hits, and he goes right for the cage as we get replays. From the squash, Rowan heads up the ramp with the cage, stopping to look back at the crowd. Charlie Cruz is backstage with Andrade and Zelina. She says Andrade would be a favorite in tonight's gauntlet match to determine the new number one contender to the WWE US champion Rey Mysterio. But her Murder Carrillo is also in the match, and he has 2 wins over Andrade. Andrade responds in Spanish. Andrade walks off. Vega mocks Charlie and says the loss was the best and worst thing that happened to Carrillo because now they take him seriously, and when they decide to make this fight to come for him, she will make sure to wear high heels so he hears her footsteps and has time to repent. Andrade comes back over and speaks into the mic. Still in Spanish, Andrade and Vega walk off together. Still to come second, Lana and Bobby Lashley back to commercial. Back for the break, we get a new teaser video for Liv Morgan's makeover and return to Raw. We go to the ring. Out comes Bobby Lashley with Lana. There's all smiles. Vic shows us stills from Lashley's table match win over Rusev at TLC. Lana takes the mic first and says she knows a lot of the people were busy scrolling her Instagram yesterday, but her hot boyfriend had a very important match at TLC. She goes on about how Lashley crushed and destroyed his opponent at TLC, pointing him to a table. She officially announced the winner, her hot boyfriend, Bobby Lashley. Lashley hits the corner to pose, but fans boo him. Lana calls him beautiful and says no one will ever compare to how gorgeous, beautiful, and wonderful he is. Lashley takes bows as Lana goes on all about him. Lana talks about how Lashley gets her butterflies, but a Rusev Day chant from the crowd breaks up. Lana asks them to be quiet because they're just trying to move on. She says the reality is that Rusev Day is dead. Lana goes on about her love for Lashley. She wants the world to know how much she loves him. Fan chant Bobby sucks as she yells back, he does not suck, you suck. Lana pulls out a ring as the boos get louder. Lana wants to ask Lashley to ask her to marry him. Lashley looks a little surprised. Lashley says he doesn't like it when anyone tells him what to do. Some fans pop. Lana looks like she's about to cry. Holding the ring out, Lashley finishes his sentence and says, except you. Lashley drops to one knee and goes on about how beautiful Lana is, calling her the most amazing female wrestler in WWE history. He knows that they will be the most amazing power couple in WWE has ever seen. Lashley pops a question, and Lana says, he's so romantic. He did it exactly how she had him rehearsed. Lana jumps up and down, saying yes. She will marry him. Yes, she will. Allow him to marry her. This will be the most ravishing wedding in the world, and it will happen on Lana Day. Fans continue to boo as they start kissing in the middle of the ring. Lashley's music hits as they celebrate in the engagement. And now to plug the WWE 365 documentary on Seth Rollins, which premieres on the WWE Network this Sunday, at 8 p.m. We see what happened earlier in the day, earlier in the show with Rollins AOP. So to come a gauntlet match to determine number one contender Rey Mysterio. Back to commercial. Back for the break, we get a progressive commercial with classic footage of WWE Hall of Famer Ted DiBiase. Gauntlet match to determine number one contender to the U.S. champion Rey Mysterio. R-Truth versus Matt Hardy versus Andrade versus Humberto Carrillo versus Akira Tozawa versus Ricochet. We go to the ring. Out first comes 24/7 champion R-Truth. The winner of this gauntlet match will earn a title shot from the U.S. champion Rey Mysterio at a later date. But the 24/7 championship is not on the line in this match. Truth raps a longer version for his entrance. Truth takes the mic and says he wouldn't be where he is if it weren't for his childhood hero John Cena. Truth recalls Cena's U.S. title open challenges on Saturday mornings. Truth says that's why he will become the first ever WWE U.S. European 24/7 I-95 Down South television champion. And there may have been a few more names thrown in there. Truth says he's taking both titles to WrestleMania. He wants to know where the other participants are at. The music hits. Out comes Akira Tozawa next as Mike Rome goes over the rules. The bell rings and they lock up. Tozawa take control first. Tozawa shows Truth up some as they both play to the crowd. They lock up again and go at it. Truth drops Tozawa with a few shoulders. Truth shows Tozawa up some. Then dances a bit. Truth with an elbow drop to Tozawa. Truth charges in the corner, but Tozawa moves. Truth hits the ring post hard and lands on the floor. Tozawa goes to the apron and nails a big cannonball from the apron into Truth on the barrier. Vic confirms that the 24/7 title rules are suspended in this match as long as Truth is eligible. Tozawa brings it back into the ring and hits a big muscle drop kick from the top. Truth kicks out too. We see Mysterio watching the match backstage. Truth enters Tozawa and tangles some more. Tozawa gets pinned and Truth has been eliminated. Truth immediately retreats with the 24/7 title and a group of superstars running down the ramp. They chase him through the crowd and to the back. Out next comes Ricochet to go at it with Tozawa. Ricochet and Tozawa stare each other down as we go back to commercial. Back to the right, the bell rings and they go at it. Tozawa takes it to the corner, they run the ropes again, trade more counters. Ricochet connects with a drop kick to send Tozawa out of the ring. Ricochet runs the ropes, but Tozawa runs back in and kicks him in the head. Sending him out, Tozawa runs the ropes and hits a suicide dive. Tozawa goes back in and hits another big dive to the floor. More back and forth, Tozawa with more offense. Tozawa goes up top, but Ricochet drop kicks him in midair. We see Rey Mysterio still watching on the monitor backstage. Ricochet keeps Tozawa grounded now. Ricochet with a 2 count. Ricochet with a unique submission on his feet in the middle of the ring. Tozawa resists, but Ricochet drives him to the mat for another 2 count. Tozawa catches Ricochet in a submission on their feet now. Ricochet fights out and nails the insecurity. More back and forth between the two. Tozawa with a big German suplex for another close pin attempt. Tozawa tries to rally the crowd as he goes back for another German. Ricochet fights him off with elbows and a chop. Ricochet lands another big kick and then springboards in with a flying clothesline. Tozawa catches Ricochet out of nowhere with a close 2 count. Tozawa with a super kick. Tozawa goes to the top, but is forced to roll through. Ricochet comes back, but Tozawa keeps fighting. Ricochet nails a recoil for the pin to eliminate Tozawa. Matt Hardy is out next with the delete chant starting up for the crowd. Back to commercial. Back for the break, and the bell rings. Hardy goes right for the side effect, but Ricochet kicks out of 2. Matt smiles and takes Ricochet to the corner for a pop. Matt keeps control and whips Ricochet across the ring. Matt slams Ricochet's face into turnbuckles over and over. Matt plays to the crowd for a pop before going back to work. Using the ropes, we see Rey watching backstage again while shining the title up. Matt drops Ricochet again for another close pin attempt. Matt takes Ricochet to the top and hits a superplex for a 2 count. Matt keeps control and back drops Ricochet in the middle of the ring. Ricochet still kicks out 2. Matt mounts Ricochet for a few right hands. Matt focuses on the neck now, sending Ricochet up for a twist of fate. Matt sends Ricochet into the corner, but runs into a back elbow. Matt goes for a razor's edge and eats a big sit-down powerbomb in the middle of the ring. Ricochet still kicks out 2, and Matt shows some frustration. Matt sends him into the corner, but gets rocked with an insecurity. Ricochet rolls into a drop kick, but as they're both down, Ricochet tries to rally. They get up and go at it. Ricochet connects twice and hits a head scissor takedown. Ricochet gets hyped up and keeps control in the corner. Ricochet with another big kick to the face to send Hardy back down. Ricochet brings board in from the apron, but Matt catches him with a side effect for a 2 count. Hardy wastes some time, but goes back to the top for a moonsault. Ricochet moves, and Matt lands hard. Ricochet hits a standing shooter star press, but Matt kicks out just in time. Ricochet goes back up top, has to roll through as Matt moved. Ricochet with a kick. Ricochet blocks the twist of fate and rolls Matt up for the pin. Matt has been eliminated. There's confusion over whether it was a two count or 3 count, but the referee confirmed it to Ricochet. The replay also shows it was a 3. Matt is heavy at ringside, but he makes his exit. Music hits. Out next comes Humberto Carrillo. Ricochet tries to recover in the ring as we go back to commercial. Back to the break. They shake hands as we get the bell. Ricochet immediately goes for the roll-up for a pin attempt. Humberto kicks out at 2. They unload, and Carrillo nails a drop kick. Ricochet fights back. More back and forth. With counters and strikes, Carrillo rocks Ricochet and sends him out to the floor. Carrillo runs the ropes and flies out, taking Ricochet down on the floor with the corkscrew. Carrillo brings him back in the ring and keeps control. They take him on the mat some more. Carrillo grounds Ricochet, and we see Ray watching him in the back again. They unload with more strikes, but Carrillo goes back to the hurt arm and sends Ricochet back down. Carrillo covers for another 2 count. More back and forth on their feet. Ricochet sends Carrillo into the corner, but gets sent to the apron. Ricochet fights back and rolls Carrillo up for a 2 count. Carrillo rocks Ricochet, but Ricochet catches him and drives him into the mat for another pin attempt. We see Zelina Vega come walking out to the stage. Carrillo and Ricochet are both down on the mat as we go to commercial. Back for the break, we see more offense between the two. Ricochet unloads in the middle of the ring as Vega looks on from the stage. Carrillo ends up going to the top for the moonsault, but lands on his feet. Ricochet unloads out, and then there's an insecurity. Carrillo with a pump kick, Ricochet with a big kick of his own. More back and forth until they both tumble over the top rope to the floor. Vega smiles from the stage. They both barely make it back into the ring as the referee counts. More back and forth with big shots between the two. Ricochet goes for a superplex and nails it for a big pop. They slowly get back up and trade shots in the middle of the ring. Digging deep to keep fighting, Ricochet ends up hitting a Northern Light suplex and holding it on for another suplex. Carrillo still kicks out of 2, and Ricochet shows some frustration. Both are still down on the mat. Carrillo rocks Ricochet in the corner with a kick and a forearm as he's on the top. Carrillo climbs up, but Ricochet rocks him down. Carrillo comes right back up, and Ricochet gets him on his shoulders, then up on the mat as Ricochet lands on his feet and hits a pump kick to the jaw. More back and forth. Counters. Carrillo connects with a kick to the jaw off the ropes. Carrillo drops Ricochet and goes back up top, nailing the big moonsault. Carrillo covers for the pin, and Ricochet has been eliminated. We go back to Vega on stage. As his music hits, out comes Andrade, the 6th and final competitor in the match. Andrade suddenly attacks Carrillo from behind and beats him down. Vega walks the ring as Andrade unloads in the corner, stopping to take his robe off. Andrade delivers a big running knee to the face in the corner. Vega cheers him on from ringside. Andrade with more running knees into the corner. Andrade tosses Carrillo out of the ring to the floor. Andrade follows and pulls the padding back to expose the concrete floor. Andrade talks trash and slaps Carrillo in the face. Andrade launches Carrillo into the barrier. Andrade goes for the double underhook DDT on the concrete, and he eats it. Vega cheers him on as Andrade talks more trash to Carrillo. Mysterio comes down the ramp now. Ray checks on Carrillo as Andrade and Vega back off. Walking through the crowd to show off, the referee checks on Carrillo as Ray calls for help from the back. Carrillo is still down on the concrete as we go to commercial. Back for the break, Carrillo is being stretchered out of the arena. No sign of Andrade. Mysterio is still at ringside. No winner announced. We'll get the match was thrown out. Music hits and out comes Seth Rollins with an offers of pain as Humberto Carrillo is being stretchered to the back. They walk past Carrillo on stage as WWE US Champion Rey Mysterio watches from ramp. This is how we get the setup for whatever. Ray sees that Rollins is carrying the steel pipe that he gave to Kevin Owens last week. Ray hits the ring to wait for a fight. A common wrestler enters the ring, and Ray gets beat down. Rollins enters and says they didn't come to fight. They just found Ray's pipe and came to give it back to him. Fans boo as Rollins gives the pipe to Ray and tells him to have at it. AOP double teams Ray again. Rollins taunts Ray some more and says tonight is his lucky night. He's going to spare Ray. Rollins says Ray owes him one for this. then tosses the mic and goes to leave. Rollins' music hits, but he turns and delivers a stop to Ray to keep him down. Fans boo as Rollins exits the ring with AOP. Ray is face down in the ring. We get a replay and comes back. The referee checking on Ray. Back to commercial. Back from the ring, we see what just happened to Ray Mysterio. Charlie's backstage with Seth and AOP. Rollins says it's time to show more dominance. He challenges Ray to a title match for next week's Raw. We go to pre-recorded comments from Randy Orton on how he will take out AJ Styles with RKO tonight. Asuka versus Deonna Purrazzo for her Raw debut. We go back to the ring. Out first comes WWE Women's Champion, Tag Team Champions Kabuki Warriors. Asuka with Kairi Sane. We see Seals from the TLC main event. We saw Asuka and Sane retain over Charlotte Flair and Raw Women's Champions Becky Lynch. There will be an interview with Lynch tonight. Vic sends us to a video package on Asuka's opponent tonight. WWE NXT Superstar Deonna Purrazzo. Purrazzo makes her way to the ring, and Asuka looks on. The match starts with Purrazzo immediately kicking Asuka out of the ring to the floor for a pop. Asuka is furious as we go back to commercial. Back to the ring, Asuka is in control after several kicks. Asuka keeps control until Purrazzo drops her in the middle of the ring with a DDT. Purrazzo with an armbar in the middle of the ring. Asuka resists and fights out. Asuka rolls Purrazzo up for a 2 count. Asuka goes right into the armbar of her own now. Asuka with kicks while she's got the hold locked in. Asuka keeps Purrazzo grounded. Purrazzo tries to crawl for the ropes, but Asuka ends up on her back. Asuka goes back to work on the arm and talks her trash in Japanese. Purrazzo gets up, but Asuka still has her in a hold. Deonna breaks free with an elbow. They tangle, and Purrazzo drops Asuka on her face for a 2 count. More back and forth between the two. Asuka unloads with a series of kicks. Asuka goes on and applies an Asuka lock in the middle of the ring for the submission win. After the match, Asuka stands tall as the music plays to go to replays. We go backstage to Charlie Caruso sit-down interview with Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch. Charlie brings up TLC main event loss to Women's Champion, the Kabuki Warriors, and how she's handling the loss. Becky admits she's been off and not herself for the past few months as she was put into the tag team division. She thought at first that the powers that be were trying to bury her, but it's worse. They're trying to protect her. She's now WWE's golden goose, and they don't want that to end. Becky says they're trying to protect her from Asuka. She didn't come this far to be protected. She goes on about Asuka's success. Lynch turns to the camera to deliver a message to Asuka. Lynch says she needs Asuka because Asuka is the person she hasn't been able to beat. Asuka has had her number, but she needs that to change. Not for the company or the title, but because Lynch needs to prove something to herself. The interview ends, and we see the Butler family at ringside. We got a seat upgrade and some signed Charlotte Flair merchandise thanks to Cricket Wireless. Jerseys. Randy Orton versus AJ Styles for your main event. What's up next? As they make their way out, Randy makes his way out back to commercial. Back to the break, we give a backstage segment from Rey Mysterio. He says he has no problem defending his U.S. title against Andrade at any time. But tonight he went too far and tried to end the career of a young Latin superstar. Rey sends a message to Andrade in Spanish. Rey addresses Seth Rollins and accepts the challenge for next week's Raw. The title will be on the line. We go back to the ring. Out comes AJ Styles for the main event. The bell rings and they go at it. Orton takes control into the corner. Referee backs him off. AJ delivers a kick to the gut to turn it around. In the corner, AJ blocks an early RKO and retreats to the floor for a breather. Orton taunts him and looks on from the ring. Orton follows on the floor, but AJ goes back into the ring. Orton comes in, and AJ kicks him to send him back out. AJ follows, but Orton slams him on the edge of the apron. Orton slams AJ face first into steel steps. AJ rolls back in the ring, and Orton follows. Orton stomps away on AJ's limbs in the middle of the ring. AJ drops Orton over the top rope. AJ springboards up, but Orton drops him, sending him back down on the apron. Orton goes for the second rope draping DDT, but it's blocked. AJ goes for the calf crusher, but Orton blocks it. AJ tries again and applies the hold. Orton fights and resists, but AJ tightens the hold. Orton crawls for the bottom rope, but AJ drags him back in and tightens the hold again. Orton keeps fighting, but AJ has the hold fully locked in now. AJ twists the ankle some more in the middle of the ring. Orton finally gets to the bottom rope, and the hold is finally broken, but AJ uses the 5 count. Orton rolls to the floor and lifts around. AJ is all smiles in the ring. AJ follows around the ring, taking Orton's knee out with a chop. Block Orton, and we go to commercial with Orton rolling around in pain on the outside. Back from the break, AJ has Orton down in the ring, focusing on the knees. AJ beats Orton around and shows off some. Orton rocks AJ and begins to fight back with strikes. AJ easily takes the leg out with one shot. Orton with a thumb to the eye to get AJ off of him. AJ complains to the referee. Styles charges in the corner, but Orton drops him face first into the top turnbuckle. Snake eyes. Orton rocks AJ a few more times. AJ fights back. They continue to trade strikes in the middle of the ring. AJ takes the knee out again. Orton comes right back and catches AJ with a big power side push, a pop. More back and forth. Orton with an inverted backbreaker, but his knee gets out. Orton is slow to make the cover, and AJ kicks out at one. Fan chat RKO now, as Orton gets back to his feet and takes it all in for the rally. Orton takes AJ to the corner and keeps the show. Orton climbs up for the superplex and spans him on. Orton uses one good leg, but AJ slides through and pulls Orton down for the top. AJ comes right back with another chop block to bring Orton back down on the bad leg. AJ hits the moonsault, but Orton kicks out at two. AJ calls for Styles clash, but Orton back drops him to the apron. AJ lands on his feet. Orton rocks him with a right hand. Orton hits a draping DDT for a pop. Orton still having trouble with his leg, but fans rally for him again. Orton feeds off the crowd and drops down to hit the mat as he waits for AJ to get up. Viper style, AJ blocks RKO and they tangle. AJ goes for the calf crusher, but Orton fights it off. Orton kicks AJ away. Orton sends AJ to the apron. AJ springboards up, but slips on Orton. Slips as Orton was going for the RKO at the same time. AJ springboards again, and Orton hits the RKO in mid-air for the pin and the win. After the match, Orton's musical hits as he goes to recover. Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson hit the ring to beat Orton down. Music hit. Out comes Raw Tag Team Champions, the Viking Raiders, to make the save for Orton. OC gets the upper hand as Ivar is hit to the floor. Gallows and Anderson hit Magic Killer on Eric. AJ stands in the middle of the ring with Gallows, and Anderson and his fans boo them. Raw goes off the air with the OC standing tall in the ring. Spoilers for the main event for this week. Thomas O'Neill defeated Eric Young. Only match. No word yet on when it will air over the next 2 weeks, unless it's this week. But there's no live Raw event for next Monday, as it's spoiled, and I'm giving you the results here. Arena was decorated with Christmas trees and Christmas presents. Jimmy Fallon did a segment on the big screen where he introduced some of the WWE superstars and gave holiday messages. Kevin Owens defeated Mojo Rawley in a Christmas street fight. Owens snapped some on Mojo after the match and put him through a table, which may have been one of the decorations near the ring. Owens also cut a promo on Seth Rollins and AOP, calling them out. They came to the ring and beat Owens down. Bobby Lashley defeated Cedric Alexander. Lana announced during the match that their wedding would take place next week. She warned Lashley to be careful, and the match resumed for the finish. Drew McIntyre defeated Zack Ryder. Drew destroyed Kurt Hawkins after the match and announced this year will be 2020. Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch cut the promo and issued a challenge due to WWE Tag Team Champions Asuka for a singles match. Asuka comes out and the match is agreed for a later date. Not made official for any event. Lynch told Asuka to name the place and the time. Ricochet defeated Tony Nese. Aleister Black defeated a local enhancement talent after the match. Buddy Murphy immediately came out and also easily defeated local enhancement talent as Black watched Black and Murphy face off in the ring until Black dropped Murphy. Their TLC rematch was announced for next week. Charlotte Flair defeated WWE NXT superstar Chelsea Green. Flair won by submission. OC, AJ Styles, Luke Gallows, and Carl Anderson defeated Randy Orton and Raw Tag Team Champions Viking Raiders. Styles got the pin on Orton. Eric Rowan squashed another local indie guy. Rusev defeated No Way Jose. Rusev cut a promo on Lana and Bobby Lashley getting married and how they deserve each other. He's glad for them. U.S. Champion Rey Mysterio retained over Seth Rollins by DQ due to interference by AOP when they put Rey through the announce table. But Samoa Joe wouldn't move for them. AOP beat Joe down, and Rollins hit the stomp on Rey Mysterio to end the show. AOP and Rollins posed to end the show, and that concludes my results for this week. Thanks again. Peace out. See you one video. You don't know what your copy, brothers and sisters.